Alright YouTube, so in today's video, like promised, we're going to move into the inside of the car. Um, I've got a lot done in there since last time you seen the cage. I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to get right into it. I'm going to go ahead and go to the driver's side of the car so you guys can see. So as you can see there, we got the floor. Alright YouTube, so the first thing that you can see is that we went ahead and paint the cage. I did a heavy paint job on it. I made sure every part of the cage got at least 2 to 3 coats of it, of paint on them. Right now it's just a little bit dusty, which I can go ahead and wipe that off. As you see here, got the cage all the way in. It's all painted. Just a little bit of grinding dust from when I was installing the floor. So as you see there, the floor is done. With this here, I end up using flux core wire. I didn't have any gas for MIG, so I just did flux core, which I'm going to grind this down anyway. Back down smooth, then I'll weld right back over it again on both sides, as you see over there. But I already have it where the floor is pretty much solid. Back here, I went ahead and made the slits for the bottom of the cage. Well, actually the floor structure. I'm gonna take you on the other side. Like I was saying, already made the slots in the floor to be able to set the floor, like putting the floor back in. But I'm thinking about just make a whole panel that goes up to this point here to block it off. And then all I need to do is get the sides on, make the sides to connect to the new floor pan. And then, as you guys know, with me doing sick week, I'm gonna go ahead and put the brackets to put in the G-body center console. I do have my shifter. You guys see that in another video when I get to installing that. I just put the floor back in for now. I have to figure out the mounts. I took the mounts off because I want to finish the floor first, and then I'll go ahead and reattach the floor. I'll come from the rocker panel. I'll go down, and I might make it a little bit closer to the frame, but it might come down, and then it's gonna tuck up under here, all the way down. I know I'm gonna have to make slots for where the cage is here, and on the other side, and in the back area, and then down here, I have to make it where it's gonna meet up there. I just need to make my seat mounts for the driver and passenger side. I got rid of both sides because I wanted the floor to go in there first. I'm gonna go ahead and grind that down. Then I'm gonna give this whole thing a good painting just to make it look good, because I'm also put the stock carpet back in. Won't be the stock dash. It'll probably be the fiberglass dash for it, but we're gonna go ahead and get most of that in. And then, like I was showing you guys yesterday, so we do have the switch panel. I'm actually gonna go ahead and go sit in the seat, and I'll show you guys that. We have to get the seat mounted, and then we also have the switch panel in right there. I made sure it was close because I'm sitting kind of far back. So like I was saying, we have our CO2 bottle here. I already made this line. I zip tied it on here so it's out the way. But it'll run across here. It'll go up and then come down. And I already have a line connected to it. And that's going to be one line will go this way to the shifter, because I have a CO2 shifter also. And then the other line will be for the wastegates. But like I told you guys, what I'm going to end up doing is having it where it still be a street car. So pretty much through one of the switches is going to be boost control. So it'll turn on the MAC valves for the boost control and the shifter when I want to race. And then I'll keep it turned off when I'm driving on the street. So I'll have to shift the transmission myself, which will be a reverse manual valve body inside that TH400 over there. So that's pretty much what we'll do. We'll have the shifter there. I'm gonna try to get it to look stock. Also, we'll have a parachute mount. And how I'm gonna do that is it's going to be the, like I said, the stock G-body center console, and I might get the console mount for the shifter handle because I don't want to put it up there. So I'll more than likely put it like on the side here. So once I want to throw the chute, I just right out the shifter, I just flick it forward and it'll deploy the chutes. Um, I found these on Amazon. This is what I was going to use to mount the switch panel, but I think I'm just going to weld some bongs on there that can be bolted to it because I don't want to screw through it. And then you see it on the other side of the panel over here. I don't want no screws coming out this way. So I think I'm going to take this off and weld like bongs just like this here. I'll be putting the bongs you see here so that I can mount the switch panel, which as you guys seen in my other video, we have the switch panel, the Dominator, which I also seen today. I've seen a FT600 for sale, and I've seen somebody post on here about Big Stuff 3 Gen 4. If anybody know anything about that, just let me know how you guys like it. I've been doing a little bit of research on it. It seems pretty cool, but I'm kind of already have my dash mount. So like I was saying, I already have the dash mount to do the Holley 7-inch screen. Motion Raceworks dash mount for the Holley 7-inch screen. So I want to go ahead and do that. But the FT600 is only an option because all of that comes together, and the price I seen it for was like 4,500. Because it comes with the dash, and that's basically the computer wiring. It came with the injector drivers, they came with two of them, and then it came with one EGT box. So that's why I was thinking about buying that because it was 4,500, and I know I'm going to have to probably spend more than that on the Dominator with the injector driver boxes and things like that, and also having a 7-inch screen. So I'm gonna look into that FT600 that's for sale, see if I can get it, and we probably move on from there. But like I say, if I do end up getting the FT600, I'm gonna have to go ahead and put this up for sale, and then get the Fuel Tech uh, steering column mount. This area here, I'm gonna do like a block off because I'm gonna leave this area nice and like empty because it'll probably be a cover on top of here that I can easily take off when I want to work on things in that area. You guys will see more video on this coming up real soon when I start back working on mounting the seats again, because I also learned my seat was too far up for SFI, so I'm gonna have it pushed back this far, probably a little bit more, and the passenger seat will also be lined up with it to the point this bottle here will be turned like this. So that I'll be able to twist it from that sitting area. Like I was saying, so I still want them parts of the bars to be seen, so I can go ahead and put the tube back in there, which I already have. Have the exact height of the tubes right here. So we're gonna go ahead and put those two tubes back in, paint them, then the cage will be back complete. Yesterday, I know you guys seen a little bit. We do have our strange brakes in there. I had to change the spindle also back to the stock G-body spindle because the Blazer upgrade does not fit for the strange brakes. So I went ahead and sold those spindles. I think I sold them from like $150 for the spindle and the wheel bearing. And then I just went ahead and picked these up from the junkyard, the spindles. Picked those up from junkyard, and everything else came with the brakes. We also have the brakes in the back. I'm not gonna go too far back there because I got a surprise for you guys that's coming up of what I did with the rear end. Maybe different. I did put some color on it. I'll show you guys that color when I get back there. But that's pretty much the update on the interior of the car. Like I said, I've been really working hard on just locking in and getting it done because my goal is to finish this car by December of this year. Like I said, so my goal is to finish this car by December of this year. This car needs to be running and driving. It may not be race ready. And what I mean by that is I'm not going to already have the tune up ready and everything like that. I just want to get it to where that I can drive the car. Once we can drive the car, I'm just going to take it around, a little bit of drives, and then we're going to start working on getting the tune right, getting the fuel right, getting everything together so that we can go ahead and get to racing. My goal is December. So like I say, December, this car should be completed this year. So I only have 6 months left to have this car up and running. Even if it's just cranking over the engine, that'll be fine with me, but I want this car to be up and running in December. Like I said, if you guys have any suggestions on the ECU to use, since I don't have one yet, I know I'm not doing Terminator because I need dual injector ECU, an ECU that can handle doing dual injectors. So that's FT600. You guys leave comments down in the comments. Let me know which ones would you choose. So it's FT600, the Harley Dominator, or the Big Stuff 3 Gen 4 EFI. I never really heard of Big Stuff 3 until someone left a comment about it, but I've seen it on Turbo John. If you guys watch YouTube, Turbo John's YouTube, he has a friend that has that. I'm more so leaning towards Harley and FT600, but I mean, if it's worth the money and worth the budget, then I'll go ahead and put the Big Stuff 3 Gen 4 EFI on the car. But that'll be coming up real soon, at least by next month. By the end of next month, I'll know which ECU to use. But like I said, I need you guys to get in that comment box, leave me a comment, like this video, share this video. I understand right now it's like a slow start because I'm just not getting back into YouTube, but we're gonna get the ball rolling. 6 months to finish this drag and drive big rim car. Again, leave comment on what ECU I should use and any suggestions that you may have. Y'all make sure y'all leave them comments now. Make sure you subscribe. Again, thank you.